All right, I think we're live. All right, guys. Hello and welcome back to the little saw shop here. We're hopefully going to be doing this. Might be every Saturday, Sunday type deal. Um, at least I'm going to try. All depends, obviously, on how everything works out. Um, but right off the cuff here, from the beginning, let me see. We got freaking glare. Hopefully the camera's a little bit better. I just found out that there was a little piece of plastic over the lens. Um, so I want to start this off with new subscribers. I think we did this last weekend or the weekend before last. Lifetime. And I think they're actually still rolling in. I just looked again and we gained 3 more. So not sure what that's about. Maybe another one of the shorts kicked off. But either way, at this time right now, all right. At this time right now, we are at 271. 21. Okay, so this hasn't updated in 2 or 3 days now. So if you've subscribed since July 21st, it won't tell you. So I'll try to get one up next week, next weekend, something like that. So we've got Kevin Wise, Dirt Biker, 712. We've got Fundy, 509 with the Timberjack logo. Love that, buddy. That was the first grapple. One of the first grapple skidders ever in was Timberjack. We've got IHC68. We've got Nikki Hopkins, Jackie Emerson, Dogmando 22,000. We've got Justin J1. We've got Garrett Patterson, Tank Cardinal, Steve Smith, Raul Rule, Killer Kool-Aid, and Mr. VT Prepper. I think I remember VT Prepper from last week. I think yeah, there's a couple there, but that's all right. We can overlap a little bit. But I want to thank the new subscribers for coming in. They keep rolling in. Like I said, when I just looked at it, it was at 271. Now it's saying 275. So if you are new, like I said, we'll get to you. What do we got? Oh, that's better. Okay, so still June 21st or July 21st. My bad. Okay. So I'm not sure who all is in here, if there's anybody in here, and I'm trying to figure out when the best time to do this is. Obviously, but I'm hoping Sundays work out for everybody. So, as you guys know, we did get a 500i, and I have been running it about 2 weeks or so now, on and off. I run the Huskies primarily with firewood and whatnot, but this fallen job that I've been wanting to try it out because my Huskies, I have a tendency of getting a little bit too hungry on the rakers. And most of my chains are older. So I actually just bought 4 28 EXLs for them, and then I just had to buy 2 steel chains for the steel, not realizing that the the Husqvarna is 93 driver length, and the steel is 91. I wasn't aware of that, so all my chains didn't fit it. Nonetheless, I'm really liking it. Just want to kind of throw that out there. You guys are going to see a lot more of it, obviously. I basically started cutting with it at this job. I did have a day or so worth of cutting with the 371, but I've cut with them for so long that it's kind of nice to feel this new saw. The only thing that I don't care for, obviously, is the full wrap, but I do have some people working on that. And if you guys have steel dealers around you, and you see them, let me know. Throw a comment, because they're wanted by me pretty bad right now. I'm still not getting the snappiness from, obviously, my carbureted 371s, 365, 372. I haven't got them down yet. They're pretty much across the book the same saw, but I think the double ring design, actually have been building them. Quite a few. I've got a couple of them online right now for sale. But I've been building the 372s like I do my 365 and 371s, which I can't get them off of here. These are big bore rings. They should be, no, one's a big bore. You guys can kind of see the difference there. And I do have, let me get this wrap off of here, that way I don't incriminate myself. Don't have no address on this one. Okay. So we do have a couple more builds to do. I want to try this, not Pharmatech, Pharmac. I don't remember what the heck it's called. Okay, these are the big bore pop-ups that I really come to love from Highway. That's who I'm primarily running now, because Husqvarna is done with these older saws, at least last I heard from Donnie Walker. I got a hold of them back a couple months ago, and I wanted to try out one of their work saw port jobs, see where their numbers were, that type of deal. And they said that they're testing highway cylinders, pistons, all this and that. Let me see. Make sure I get chat here. Not now. All right, there we go. All right, so we don't need that noise. All right. So for those of you that do a little bit of tinkering, I'm not getting into port work and all that other stuff, obviously, on here. Everybody has their own little deal they like to do. But so far, Highway has been really, really good. Transfers look great. This one use a little bit. A little bit on the intake side. I'll show you guys this. You guys should be able to see. Maybe can't. There's a ridge in here. Have to remove this, but you guys see, where are you, light? That work? Kind of see where the edge of the flashlight is. You can see there's a ridge in there. Right there, you can really see it. This is one of the first ones that I've actually seen the tolerance aren't done up to snuff, for me at least. But luckily enough, I use so many of these things. I do keep a couple on me. I'm always picking up saws. And generally they're scored or big bore pop-up 372. Yeah, there's no ridge in this one. Weird. So that one's going to need a little bit of dressing. Show you guys on the intake side of this guy. You can see, where is it? See how it's nice and uniform at a bit of a plane there. Where this one's got that right there. There's just a lip. So I'll go in there and just even that out. That's weird. Hopefully they're not starting to slip here. So like I said, these are some of my favorites. The Tanicasil, I think it's Tanicasil. I've got 2 builds with that. I really like that coating. So far, it's been really good. I pulled a couple of jugs off. See how they're wearing in. A bit of a groove on top. But this is the, like I said, the pop-up. You guys can see there's a little ridge right here. The only saw that I almost regret putting it on is my 395. The compression on that saw is, I broke 2 or 3 new recoils on it so far. So that's one that you need to use the decompressor. I guess you don't have to use it obviously to start it, but you have to use it to save your recoil out because that gets really expensive. There's one. Put these away before I go too much further here. I'll show you guys the this is off the Farm Mac. Like I said, it was the saw that we had took a gamble on. Everybody said they couldn't get the carb to get set properly. The low side, you had to basically turn all the way out to get it adjusted. It's got the Walbro knockoff. We'll just call it a knockoff Walbro in it. So if you guys do look at the Farm Max, just be aware of that. They're not. So this is a brand new pop-up. See that scoring? And I couldn't get the saw to tune, couldn't get it to tune. Come close, then all of a sudden something would change, and it just continued. So I went in, I got my my scope out, and I don't know if you guys will be able to actually see. Heck to do with my light. Inside of this cylinder, if you guys are seeing bubbles, It's so hard to get this. You can really see a bubble right there between the exit, the exhaust, and the transfers right here where the coating is bubbled out. Really hard to capture without smashing my keyboard here. Almost a shadow, right? Either way, this was on the saw for maybe an hour to 3 hours. And like I said, I couldn't get it to I couldn't get it to run right. Couldn't get it to run right. Things kept changing. Well, sure as crap, the actual chrome lining of the cylinder, the plating, uh, whatever. I don't know. It looks like from the intake side is where it started, and I don't know if a ring caught it and it let air in. I don't know. Either way, I sent a email out to Highway, and oh, actually, it was to the dealer. Who was it? Wolf Creek Saw Shop. I do believe that's generally who I use for Highway. Um, Sent them a couple pictures, and they verified my mailing address and sent me out a new one, and I got it within 2 days. So I'm gonna say that they take care of their customers pretty well. At least Wolf Creek Saw Shop has done me well. I probably bought 10, 12 cylinders off them now. Seals, gaskets, all that other stuff, and they're very quick, very quick to come back with the parts I need. So, little shout out there. I could read you off a list of who I use for parts. Generally, most things are right off eBay. I use Bailey's, Redbeard saws, West Coast. Obviously for my aftermarket stuff, but nonetheless, what I wanted to get into with that whole deal is when I'm building 371, 365, generally they're single ring, and for some reason they scream out the box. They can scream out the box. Where the compression of the 372 with a double ring setup, I don't generally get that response like I'm looking for. So I'm going to try on this next 372 build that I do. I'm going to try a single ring on it. And I don't know balance wise what it's going to do. Hopefully it's stable and it doesn't have a tendency to rock, which will start wiping my cylinder and skirt off the piston. But nonetheless, I'm going to try it. And I think I'm going to try a ring on the top groove. See if I can duplicate it for you. Or simulate it, whatever you want to call it. Not that if I break this ring, it's going to be any big loss because it's already been wiped, but yeah. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to try this design. Single ring and leave the secondary ring one empty. And I'm thinking that for compression. Now, anybody out there that has dabbled with this type of thing or has the know, don't be afraid to leave me a comment about it. Um, like I said, I'm more or less looking for snap, and they seem like they got great power when you're in the cut, but the snappiness for limbing and whatnot is really where it shows the biggest for me. I mean, I've got raker gauges and all that to kind of keep everything else variable wise the same, but I do want to try that now. If there is a better way, what I actually should do is take a look at my 371 or 365 and see where the ring lays on them pistons. Um, as far as where the groove is, because I don't want, like I said, I don't want to put the ring on the top and be able to get a rock because it doesn't have the bridge there. But if I put this down to the second hole, I'd be afraid of losing a little bit of compression at the top. So I'm not quite sure, but I it is a thing that I want to try. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I don't mean to get rambling, but like I said, if anybody out there has done that, I know not Iron Horse, Tin Man. Tin Man's a big fan of the single ring, and I understand why. After running both saws, or all three of my saws, my 365 is snappier than my 372's built, but kind of what I'm leading up to is to try that. And for the $100 it is, if it does wipe a cylinder or wipe a piston, it's good for the science as far as I'm concerned. So that's where I'm at. Velcro, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Um, let me read this real quick. This is new. Um, image block. Okay, cool. So you're a senior admin, Mr. Velcro. No, we were talking my 365 and how cranky that saw is. Versus my 371 build or 372 builds. And the big difference, besides doing a little bit of transfer work, which I mean, I've got the time and numbers and stuff like that, so I can duplicate that. But I'm thinking the big change is the two rings versus a single ring. Obviously, this is before X Torque. Nonetheless, I don't mean to get all nerdy about it. I just have questions. Um, Steel versus Husky. I want to get into that a little bit. I've run the Huskies forever and ever. My first saw was a McCullough. The second saw that I ever got was my 372 X Torque Husqvarna, and since then it's been Husky and McCullough. But everything that I do for fallen work and stuff like that is 372. Now I did work back years ago for a steel dealer, well, a John Deere dealer that sold steel, so I got to dabble with the steels a little bit. Um, and I was never a huge fan of steel. And I want to kind of get into this because I'm already seeing it from the Husky guys. Well, at least with a one comment, but I think going forward, unless Husqvarna pops something out new, um, I'm liking this new 500i. Now that's not saying that the next steel chainsaw that comes out is going to be anything, but so far, um, the first week I ran it, I was ready to throw it away, to be very honest. But I wanted to get past that break-in period, and then like I said, had mentioned, I watched that Buckin video where he let the saw idle and kind of acclimate to the um, sea level, whatever the heck you want to call it, um, and noticed right off the bat, box stock saw, that it was a lot more responsive, and it didn't have a loading up tendency. Basically, the same thing that he was kind of dealing with. And my thoughts were on it. Before that, everybody was talking about the Bark Box and how you basically go from 79 cc. It basically just about pushes it up to 80 cc, and you get that response from the Bark Box. But my sole feelings on it, I really didn't notice as much with the Bark Box as letting the saw idle for, I don't know, 3 4 minutes, whatever a case may be. Um, that first day that I actually showed it off, because I was pleasantly surprised when I was out at that selective cut job. Um, it turned up on me, and I don't know if it finally broke in, what it was. Um, but I'm excited to cut with it. I really am. The half wrap that it's got on it is a huge freaking. I don't like that. I don't like cutting from the underside of the tree, and not having a full wrap. I don't care for cutting with a back bar when you're getting it, but either way, I like it. I like it a lot. Um, I like it a lot. So, like I said, I worked on and I worked with steel for 2 years when I was at John Deere. Um, I was the heavy equipment mechanic there, uh, and I played with the steels when they come in, banged up, broken, that type of deal. But I always thought that steel was a lazy saw. Um, then again, I didn't go messing with them like I do my own stuff and tuning and playing with the high and low and this, that, and the other. But for some reason, I always thought they were a like kind of like a gentleman saw, if that makes any sense. They weren't in a hurry to get up there. Um, Now I think the tables are kind of turning. Now, after I got done with John Deere, I went to work for a rental agency, and they sold Husqvarna. Um, and we were constantly getting in the Huskies. Probably 3 times more, we'd see Husqvarnas coming in for repair. Now, whatever the case may be with that, that's whatever. But this is my honest opinion about them. They they just rip. Husqvarna. I don't know, unless you're getting into the 141s, the I think they were the old 40 41s, the 50s kind of got into the light. I don't know. I don't know if it's 55 Rancher. I don't know what the heck it was. I know my dad's got one, and that one rips along pretty good. If you're in smaller timber, that type of deal. Limbing, great saw, nice light. Um, but there was a little bit of a more trigger play with them. And that's what I like, is that little zip. Um, and after I got the X Torque 372, I loved it because it had power, but I never was able to get that the zip like I liked until I bought my first. used 372 non-X torque. And there's a huge difference between the X torques and the non-X torques as far as responsiveness in my eyes. Um, and they run. They just run. Um, I guess I am very handy when it comes to saws, so I can keep a Husqvarna running better for longer. I mean, I can show you. I've got. I'll be right back. Okay. Just in case you guys were wondering, I mean, I've got lots of time in fixing mess ups. Okay. This is actually, aha. So I can show you guys this. Arrow. Okay. So you guys might or may not be able to see. This is the exhaust side. There's a little arrow. Okay, I washed this cylinder out. Luckily, I caught it. You guys can kind of see down here, right? She's shiny. This was one I ran. I almost did it the other day, actually, on the 500i. Hence the reason why I bought the VP Racing Fuel. Actually, um, I was going to a job that I had. I filled up my gallon and a half can, and I didn't pre-mix it. I literally drove to the job, got there. I don't even think I started cutting. I went and tipped the saw over and just got the cap off the fuel, and I realized I never mixed this. So I went and bought some of the VP 50 to 1. I think it's 90, 94 or 90, uh, 95, whatever the heck you want to call it. Nonetheless, I caught this saw before it completely tossed its cookies, but the bottom is completely washed and wiped on the intake side from straight fuel. Now I caught that one. That one's still got life in it by all means, but there are a couple as far as start rocking in cylinders. That's what wipes your cylinders out. You know, so you got a little hot, but I don't really know how we got into this or down this road. I think I'm flexing more than anything, but I don't mean to be. But that was my thoughts on steel after working selling and fixing steel chainsaws with John Deere, and then I think I was 3 or 4 years at the rental agency with the Husqvarnas. The Husqvarnas by far came in a lot more often. That could be Could be a lot. Could be a lot. At that time, Plattsburgh was our main area for the whole area. As far as our city, I guess, but I think it's got like 17 or 20,000 people. I don't know, but that was where you'd get your saws, was from that specific place. And steel was more towards Vermont. So from here to John Deere, I think it's around 50 minutes, where Plattsburgh is half hour or so. So 10 to 1, half dozen the other. We had a lot more breakdowns with Huskies. And a lot of times it was cylinder. You guys can see that is the exhaust side. That's on a 395. We're not getting into that. This is a 460. This is a steel. And there's where we were at. Okay. This is where I was trying to get the whole time, guys. My apologies. My apologies. All right. So 365, 372. Okay. Big bore. Okay. You guys can see bit of a difference in size. 65, 75. I think this is 54, 50. I don't remember what the heck it is off the top of my head. Either way, what I wanted to know. All right, so bottom to bottom, you guys can see. What I want to know is where the ring lays. Okay, so first thing I see with this ring is it's thicker by quite a bit. So my theory might blow up in my face, but we're going to try it anyway because I'm interested in it. I'll have to see if maybe Westco or I might look for aftermarket cylinder pistons. That might be a fun thing. Because if I can get a aftermarket single ring and whatever the heck it is, like I said, my numbers on my brain, 52 millimeter. Okay. 52 millimeter. And my hone is 54 millimeter. So I'm going to look online and see if they don't have any 52 millimeter Westco pistons, because I would like to try a single ring on that. But I am going to take one of these highway kits with the double rings, and I'm gonna stick a single ring on one of them pistons and try it out, because I do want to know if the response is better. Yeah, what do we got? We got Dan in here, Mr. Moderator Dan. Well, we got to make that official. Mr. Dan is a moderator. Dan. So Dan. Either way, Buck, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. The new Husqvarnas, I don't like. I don't like them at all. Buck, and he seems like he's liking them. West Coast Saws, I believe, took one to Arizona. 592, or no, that was a 572. I don't remember what it is. I'm not big on them. I actually have one. haven't run the 592 yet, but I do have 4 of these guys, 3 of these. I got 2 off the neighbor, and I bought 2 online to see what I couldn't do with these. I'll show you guys. Hopefully it doesn't completely bounce you guys out. Now I want you guys to watch my finger. Now, this isn't 572, obviously. Same thing with the M-Tronic, though, correct? Of course, it's not going to work on camera. Either way, when I come off the throttle, when I come off the fuel on this one, it acts like the low jet is too rich, and it when it's obviously warmed up, I'm in a tree. It's horrible. You go to cut, take off your finger, obviously, you release, and you literally have to stop and wait for the chain speed and the RPMs to reduce. Shut it off, put it on, do what you do. My Echo, which is right here. This thing is my love. I love this saw. This is the smallest, probably lowest horsepower, but this dwarfs it. This thing right here. That is my joy right there. And this is what I went and got, the 94 octane. That's what I was talking about with the VP Racing Fuel. Either way, if I could ever get that Husky, and I got a gentleman that works at the Husqvarna dealer, actually at Runnings, he said he was going to plug it in, clear out all the codes, blah, 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 blah. He was the only one that could get me in today, basically. But I'm going to bring it down next time I go, where calling the other dealers that we've got, they're at like a three week wait time for them. So one of the huge reasons I'm not running the new Husqvarnas and I'll stick with my olds, because I love them. These are the these right here are my sweethearts. And it doesn't scare me to run that 500i production cut like I am. Besides gaining the knowledge of the saw, if that saw goes down and leaves me high and dry, I've got 2 in the truck that I know won't. Well, I don't know. They could pop at any time, but they're carbureted. I can fiddle with them, do all this. That 390 or the 395, the 500i. The thing that really scares me about it, which I'm still trying to figure a workaround. And Dan, just to let you know, I had fines in the airbox. I had fines inside the saw. Okay. I actually showed it on that live stream. If you watch that, I had fines inside the saw, which is one of the biggest reasons why when I got the saw, I ordered the kit through West Coast. I am going to try the Max Air. I am going to try the Max Air. Okay, so I haven't done nothing with them. They've been actually sitting right where we were sitting. Okay, you guys can kind of hopefully I can show you this. I don't know if you'll see it or not. You see inside that top cover or inside the air filter, all that fine particulate dust. It's sneaking by, Dan. I don't know. I know as of the new saw, it sneaks by this guy right here. It looks pretty. It looks beautiful, but you know, $500, $600 in a piston and jug don't sound beautiful to me. Now, you can kind of see right where that little nipple is inside of here. You can kind of see there's some fines in there, right? Next to that screw or the little hole there. Keep an eye on that, Dan. Like I said, this was after a week, probably 10, 15, maybe 20 hours running. And I've got that much. Come on. Can you show up, please? I don't know where the camera is. You can see it. If you look and you believe, you can see it. Okay. You don't have to believe. I'm a hater. No. So far I have popped off this air cover. I probably got 4 hours on it since. Huge difference. The thing sounds mean. You can actually hear it sucking air. It's different. I tell you that. My Huskies don't get that sound every time you blip the throttle. So it's definitely working. I'm not gonna say that I encourage people to go that route with a foamy. Until I have a week, 2 weeks, even 4 weeks. I don't know. I still haven't ordered the Max Air, but I do have one in my cart ready to go. But it does scare me a little bit to spend $90 on something that looks just like this and to have fines sneaking by. You know, I'm not one of them YouTubers that made it and can blow up a saw like that for that type of experiment. But then again, $100 is a lot easier to stomach than $500 for these things. But so far it looks all right. It looks all right. Yeah, that's really about it. I rambled on here for almost an hour. So if you guys have any comments, questions, and I'll read through these messages you guys have sent me here real quick, but throw them out there. I was wondering how you like the 500i. I love it. I really do. Compared to the 572 that I run, 570, whatever the heck it's called, Husqvarna's, I don't like their carbs. I don't. They seem lazy. The reason why I didn't like Steel was because they seemed lazy. Like I said, like a gentleman saw. Husqvarna Scream. That's kind of what I've always known them to be. These new ones, they don't. Not to me, at least. Um, this 500i doesn't scream, but it gets there quickly. Um, the response is cleaning up on it. I don't know if it's like my truck was when I got it, where it takes time to learn. Um, I might be running it like I'm running a carbureted. I know I'm running it like I'm running a carbureted saw, where maybe I need to be in the throttle before I start limbing a little bit. That way, the fuel's already flowing and it opens. You know what I mean? I'm still doing a lot of learning on it. That's the main thing. I like the starting procedure. Push the primer ball in a couple times. Supposedly, it's not actually a primer ball, but it does something similar, I guess. Um, quick starting. Captured bar nuts. Freaking awesome. Really, really like the captured bar nuts. The fuel and oil caps suck. I still haven't gotten used to them. Um, it's smooth. It was smooth stock. I play with rakers a little bit more than I should. I do use a raker gauge. I actually do have a new West Coast on my file end table, but I do have the Carlsons and a couple other gauges that I do use. So I do still use gauges. Um, but generally, I make it hungry, which works good for softwood. Also, yeah, never mind. Um, what else? Something else. The mounts need to go right from the get go. Them things are floppy, noodly mounts. Wasn't a fan of that. Even with the 25-inch bar, when you buried it, it just. I guess I really noticed the mounts when I pinched the saw. Um, and I couldn't get a 28-inch bar to fit on it without breaking a chain because 93 driver length should be uniform across the board, but still has to do 91. Um, lightweight. The saw is extremely lightweight, and like I mentioned in the video, I think the 500 is lightweight because it's always out of fuel. I have never, ever, ever had a saw that drank fuel as bad as this freaking saw. Um, I'm almost certain I could get 2 tanks. Yeah, just about 2.5 of my tanks to one when my neighbor was cutting with me. We cut. I cut a white birch. He did a little bit of bucking with it to try it out. I filled it. We did a little bit more bucking, and then we started playing with popples and whatnot. I filled it again, and he hadn't had to fill it until he came home and cut a little bit of firewood here. So yes, the 500i is light, but I think it's light because it's always out of fuel. What else do we have? uh converted. No, damn. I maybe. No, I like hot rod and saws. I like hot rod and saws. I have not got a 360, 361, 362, 460. I haven't got any of them. And quite honestly, they're expensive. Husqvarna is easy. It's cheaper. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Is it raining out? It appears. It appears to be raining out. I don't know. I'm kind of interested in trying it though. Um, I've got the Husqvarna suspenders in the hat. Oh, that's Tiger Cat. Um, I think I like this one. I think I like this one. I heard that the 362, the 400, their M-Tronic, which, if I'm not mistaken, is like that Husqvarna that I got at my feet that is good for paperweight. Auto tune, auto tune. Maybe that's what it is. I think it's an auto tune, right? Um, yeah, auto tune, auto tune. Oh, there goes all my terminal connectors. All right, so we're making messes. Um, so I don't know how auto tune and sorry if that was loud. Uh, M-Tronic compare. I like carburetor or fuel injected now. Get that M auto tune crap out of here. I'm not a fan of them. Not a fan of them. So no, not converted. Just appreciate something that works well, and that seems like it's working very well, especially in the wood. Limbing, I'll take a 372 any day. 371, 365. Um, in the wood cutting, it's hard. It's hard. I don't know. I don't know. Um, I'm on the hunt for a full buddy. I made 4 calls yesterday. I actually did find. I found one. I found one, but I'm pretty sure it's a ripoff. I don't. I'm not spending the money. It's $80, which is a huge red flag to begin with because I think they're like 160, 180, something like that. So be very careful. Be very careful, and if they ask for credit card information, use a PayPal or something like that. Something that's backed up. I did some reviews. I wish I could. Let me see. Um, maybe it's on my history. Hold on a second. Oh, history. Yesterday, Saturday. So I called Madison's. I called Walker Saw Shop. I called Bailey's. Where are you? 2 p.m. Full wrap. Sportszilla. Or no. What does that say? Sports Z? I actually have it in my cart right now. It's Sport Z. Oh, shopping cart. Your shopping cart is now empty. They emptied my cart. It's on Sports Z. Let me see. Steel OEM MS 500i. Full wrap bar. Part number 11477903701. Availability is in stock. It says $72.03. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. I actually looked up I looked up Sports Z on Google. It's still on here, and it still says availability in stock. I really hate to freaking blow $72 on nothing. I mean, I just blew $900 on a laptop that got fried. They claim they have them. They're less than half price. But I'm not. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Maybe I'll do it. No, I won't do it. So yeah, that's where the hunt kind of ended. After I talked to Madison's, Bailey's, and Walkers, they said that they're coming. Supposedly, the full wraps are coming from Germany, which Germany, from what they said, is where the homeowner saws are built. And Virginia, I believe it's Virginia, is where the professional line of steel comes from, which, you know, like I said, this was a repeat. I thought it was the other way around. Homeowner was out of Virginia. Everything else was out of Germany for steel. Nonetheless, they said that the full wrap handles for the 500i are coming from Germany, and they are out of stock, and they have got people that have already paid and are waiting for them. They got pages full of people waiting for them. So not looking very good. Like I said, that Sport Z or Sports SPORTSZEA, and that was just on a Google. I did 500i full wrap handle. It was like the fourth or fifth one down. Showing a picture of it with $78 or whatever the heck it called. Whatever the heck you want to call it. Nonetheless, I would be very weary about buying something like that without having some type of coverage, you know. What else we got? When I find them, I'll send you a link to it. Good. Sawdust. Oh, you must be talking from the filter. Not sawdust as much as fine particulate matter. There is a pile in here. And it's all sneaking by that center, like I said, where my finger is there. It surrounds that cone. I did a mod that I see on YouTube of cutting 1/4 pool noodle to see the. Yes, I did hear about that. Oh, stop it, computer. There we go. I did see the pool noodle deal. But yeah, one way or the other, just frickin' plug that off. I've got one of them bench mount. What do you mean? The Oregon? That thing over there? Yeah. I've got one too. It's this one. I don't know what it is. I think it's the 520 or something like that. I like it, but I can't. It doesn't seem like I can get the. I don't think I can get the chain as sharp as when I hand file. It might be a little bit more durable. But yeah, I file everything by hand. I actually did just pick up some square files to try some. Yeah, get into that whole different video. That's gonna be a time consuming deal. I remember I had a MS 391 and used a 362. Yeah, I was seeing that online. So far I haven't seen anybody find wraps that line up. I haven't dug too deep into it, but I do know like the 572 wrap, you can get it to fit the 266 is actually, speaking of this, guys, I want to show you this. Oh, I got a mess. Spring cleaning. The steel guys out there might not appreciate this, but take a look at this thing. Thing is freaking minty. I have never, ever seen one this clean. An old 266. I found it on eBay. It was literally posted 5 minutes before I went on there to check my sales, and they were asking $200. And the last one of these that I bought, actually, it was the one that I did a video on a couple of years back, but I just posted it on this channel. This is the first one that I bought, and I did the ported muffler. Okay, I paid over $400 for it, and I thought this thing was minty. I am so happy to found that one. Oh my gosh. I think the wife's not into it yet, but I did get a collection of the McDonald hard hats too. I just bought 13 of these, which I do have a couple on eBay. But love them old hard hats. But I would love to put that bar, actually. Let's see if I can do this. Show you guys. I bought that sign, and I would absolutely love on the tongue and groove wall in my living room, put that sign and put the saw. It's like freaking showroom condition, that saw. I'd love to put a 24-inch bar on it and have my wife do the Cricut deal with the orange Husqvarna and make the saw match the sign and put the sign underneath it. I just was in the right place at the right time, I guess. Ground Pounder, how you doing, Buck? Oh, we were just showing off my score here. Minty 266. I know the camera probably will not show off what kind of shape this thing is in. It literally, I have run it. That's the imperfection, but most of it is freaking pine pitch. I'll show you the I can't even imagine. I mean, look, the chain brake. Okay, now these right here, you look on eBay, these chain brakes going for $200. That's what I paid for this saw. Okay, take a look at this. How many hours do you think have been put on that thing? It looks like it was freaking demoed. There's not one mark. I'm not saying that there won't be, because I'm me. But right place, right time, I guess we'll call it. This, I really wish I could tell you what year it is, to be quite frank with you. You're into steels, huh? Oh boy, oh boy. I was afraid of this, Husky guy, Husky channel. Buy one steel. We start getting the flow. No, I like that 500i though. I do. But yeah, I don't mean to show off or nothing, but this is freaking sweet, man. Sweet. I am so excited. I am more excited for this saw than I am that 500i. You just don't see these old dinosaurs anymore. Not in this shape. I just wish I could. Maybe it's a 90. Maybe that would be the same year I was born. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because it says 73, 90, 426. It wouldn't be a 73. 90, I believe. I know I have. Well, I had. I don't know if I have it anymore. I think I actually posted a picture on the original Rubber Side Down channel of all the old saws lined up. And basically it was a challenge accepted for me to actually find and buy each one of them. But I deleted it quickly because them type of challenges I don't need. And then I actually refound it because I actually have my old phones. I'm going to start recording multiple phones. I got that way I can do some different angles. Of course, I've got the GoPros and all that other stuff, but I'm not so much a fan of the GoPros. They let me down a lot. 266 XP. Right there on the bottom. But this was a book. Had all the old Oh, that's my boy fishing. I need to find this book. Man. But I wanted to know what years they did it. I could actually research that real quick. Husqvarna 266 years of production. Years of production. No. First production year, 1973. Last production year, 1993. Displacement is 66.7 cc's. It's got a 50 millimeter bore. 50 to 1. Cool. So either way, it's in between 1973 and 93. Like I said, I'm kind of petering on the 90s just because serial numbers. Now, the thing that you didn't look at, Steel not a proud company and don't put VIN tags on things, or what? Where do they do that? 79cc. Where do they put their stuff? Maybe you guys can tell me, the steel people out here. Oh. Let me see. Need a new sticker on that clutch cover. Oh, yeah, we went over that. I run still, but nothing wrong with Huskies. But then you say, I have a 372. Come on. You don't have to be afraid to tell the people. Just subscribe. Looking forward to checking you out, man. Well, hopefully I can keep you around, Buck. I got quite a bit of tree work going on. That fallen job is turning into a bigger job. The gentleman that is milling the logs was supposed to cut the trees, skid them out, mill them. Hired me on to cut the trees for him. He's going to skid them out and mill them. Now I'm cutting the trees. I've got to bring my tractor down, skid them out, and he's going to mill them. I'm not milling with a chainsaw mill. So I hope he holds up the milling side. Let's just say that. And a 500i. Ha ha ha. Ground pounder. Just subscribe. Looking forward to checking you out. Haha. I have a 372 and a 500. Okay. So what's your thoughts? And see, I wish I had a 372. I mean, I do. I've got 3 of them here, but they're all for sale. I wish I had a 372 non-X torque that I run. But everything that I have is single ring 371s. I do have the big bore single ring. I don't have any experience with the 372 non-X torques. That's the issue. Where are you from? I'm up northern, not Albany. That's not northern. That's middle. I am northern New York, about 30, 40 minutes from the Canadian border, and 30, 40 minutes away from Vermont. The emission sticker. The emission sticker. Where's that? The emission sticker. Emissions control. Okay. So that little sticker there is your VIN. You guys don't actually have a VIN tag, or the Steels don't. I didn't know that. That tells you when it's manufactured. Correct. Okay. So yes, I do see that. Thank you very much. That question mark was kind of like maybe it's there, and it is. hard to believe. Husqvarna is proud, you know. Husqvarna is proud. They put a VIN plate on there, you know. No, this is a 92. Maybe it's not. This is an oldie. This is an 026. It's not mine. It's my grandfather's. Oh. This is a 1995. So I was 5 years old. Oh, let me see. What do we got? What do we got? That tell you when it, okay. Dude, my 372 has been a trooper. They are awesome, man. I absolutely love 372s. And I will tell you, because I do sell, I actually build mufflers for them. Oh my goodness, I gotta pick this place up. Gotta walk all freaking high-footed in here. Now I got chainsaws everywhere. So I build these mufflers. I build these mufflers. Okay, so this is a good mid-range. Gonna say as long as you have your openings correct. All right, if you've got straight blow through, they scream, but you don't have much bottom. This thing right here has been the best of both worlds. I originally seen Iron Man. Why do I always do that? Tin Man Saws build his. Iron Horse has built similars. Awesome deals, man. Them are probably my favorite as far as across the board. These are don't I'm not selling these. These are complete. They're beautiful in their own way, right? This right here, I've got 3 of these now. On 371s and a 365. That is my favorite. Hands down, my favorite muffler. My favorite header, we'll call it. I don't know how to make them pretty. My welder is a flux core. And with the radius on them, you need to, it's literally a couple hours with your random deals, giving bends and doing this number and put it on the saw. Make sure you're not hitting this. Make sure you're not hitting that. Absolute blast for me. Just get a piece of, I think this is 1.5 inch tube. And that's what I also build these out of. Okay. I went down to local steel place here. I think it's $20 for a 12-foot section of it. And that gets me lots of mufflers. Lots of these guys. These guys have been selling pretty good. They actually started slowing down a little bit. But I think I've sold 20 now for around anywhere from $70, $80 a piece. So it's all about buffering myself right now, because like a lot of you guys know, well, most of my buddies on here from the Rubber Side Down channel, I am not working for nobody. I'm working for myself. So I went out, got fully insured to cut, to climb, do all this stuff. But when you're new and you haven't got a name established and this, that, and the other thing, with a wife and kids, have some things to fall back on. So I'm selling chainsaws. I'm buying chainsaws cheap that are blown up, selling them online. I've been building mufflers, selling them. And it's supported the habits, and it's done really well for me. Where were we? I get so lost in tangent. I'm sorry. 372 has been a trooper, and it hopefully will continue. But they're an awesome saw. Haha, soon you'll be milling. No, I will not. No, I will not. The guy he's looking for 8,000 board feet, which to me sounds like a lot. And my little 395 with an Alaskan mill is not doing that. I'll do premium stuff for myself to sell. I won't do any production stuff like that. That's ridiculous. But yes, I could see where the spiral has gone. I have a channel as well. My guy got some old saws on there to show off. I own a tree service here. Good for you, Buck. Good for you. Good to have you. Good to have you. I'm more of a logger. I do a lot of climbing. I use a Weaver belt. I've got Gecko spurs. But I'm a faller. I like being on the ground more, but I do climb. I just don't do a lot of the monkey stuff, going from limb to limb, and the arborist type, where I do a lot of chunk out, 500i with bark box throttle response is crazy. See, I don't get that, Bubba. I don't get that. I mean, I can show you. I show you. I will. Just because I got chat going now, and I'm gonna let these warm up outside. I'll show you. I don't think there's a better sound. There's lag. I don't know if it'll come across. They feel good. They both feel good. And I want to lie to myself and say that 500i is, but it I think it might come around though. I'm not, like I said, that's why I'm nearly 80% only using that saw because I want it to get to where I want it. And it's so close. So close. We're not even saying half a second. It's less than that. It's just gotta. I just want it to advance itself. Just at skosh, man. It's close. They're both 28s, lightweight bars. I've never, ever. Yeah, I have never had a saw that turns on like that 371 does. Or the other 371 does, but I've got the 375 big bore in it, and it's double ring. And I think that's what's holding that one back is a little bit of weight. That 500 though, it's close. It is so close. It's close, but it's far. no, it's close. The Bark Box. Even Buckin says that he notices a gain with it. I don't. I notice decibel. I do enjoy the sound. It sounds nice. It actually sounds. It sounds really nice. I've been cutting. I have to cut. I don't. I have to cut with my 371 or any of them saws that I have that header on. I have to cut with ear pro now. I have problems with my ears and my hearing's gone. And this year in particular, which is weird because this is always the one, nonetheless. I have to use ear pro with the 371. It hits something in my ear that says that ain't good. The Bark Box on the 500 doesn't bother me at all. I cut with that all day. I know I shouldn't, but I do without ear pro, and it's mild. It's mild. It's like this on a 371, 372, 365. These have a tang to them. I think, I don't know, it probably is going to blow the speakers out like the other one. Going to try to show you the sound. That one's one of the ones for sale on online. So I drained all the fuel and oil out of it. They're tingier, tinnier, something like that. They have a ting to them, which hits a certain part in the ear. For me, these blow forward, so I think the fact with these blowing out the side, if you've got it, would it be clutch side down and you're cutting, it bounces off the ground, and I think it hits me in the ear pretty good. So yeah, I wear ear pro with that one. The dual port, I don't need it. I do need it, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna check out your channel, Ground Pounder, definitely. You have to send me your PayPal store link so I can check it out. You don't need to see that. I actually gotta fix that stuff. 25-inch yellow chain on a 500, and I run a 20 on a 370. I used to run a 20 on the 372 at the state, 20 and a 24. The problem with them with me is I have herniated discs, or I had. So the lower part of my back has kind of always been an issue. Um, Generally, while we're on a 28 or a 32. And Bucking actually turned me onto that. The stand up and buck mentality is awesome versus bending over all day. A lot of people give you crap. I don't much care about that. Um, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, about the VIN. No big deal. No, but don't worry about that. I was just picking, just giving the steel guys some crap. In the motor housing or crankcase to left or right side of the muffler looking down from the top. Tongue twister, Dan. Tongue twister. Um, that must be where the VIN tag is. So they're hiding it. So they're not proud of it, eh? I bought my chipper from about 30 miles northeast. So Rochester, I don't. Yeah, Rochester's on the west side of the state, I believe. I believe. Uh, Man, oh man, ground pounder. I was scared. April 15th, the last day of snow and ice from DOT was my last day with Duhane Logging. They're supposed to be coming back this way. They were around 2.5, 3 hours away from me, so I was driving 2.5, 3 hours a morning and then a night to get home. All the past little while. I love logging though. I love logging, but scary part for me is going to be this winter. I don't know. I know I have a job with logging. I just don't want to be driving that far. Um, so I've got to figure out the winter around here, and I know I won't be able to afford plowing insurance. They said that's one of the most expensive insurances you can actually carry here because of the liability of slips, trips, and falls. So we'll see what happens. But if I could get some logging work this winter, doing some falling and stuff like that, it's definitely the time to do it. That'd be great. That'd be great. And I mean, I went to my son's graduation. I went to my son's field day. My daughter's. You know, I'm in my kid's life again. You know what I mean? I get more time with y'all. I get more time to put up content. And hey, if it's raining outside, I can be in my shed freaking building a saw, playing on YouTube, making little shorts. Ground pounder, if you ain't doing shorts, you ain't going nowhere on YouTube. But I'm gonna tell you, this is crazy. How did you find me? Was it from my YouTube short? Because I'm gonna tell you, I've got the RSD Gaming, which was never intended to be that, but unfortunately the channel went that route. Um, that channel has got. I was at 24,000 subscribers before YouTube did the old nuke switch there a couple of years back. Now I'm down to 16. Um, and I've been at 16,000 subscribers on that channel for probably better part of 2 years now. And the growth on the channel is like 10 to 20 a month with uploading regular content. Granted, I have not been inside enough to uh, be on Discord, to be on any of that stuff, to do any of that stuff. I've just been out straight. But before, when I was posting my login stuff and doing a live stream or something like that on the weekends, I would gain 20 a month on the high end. I can do that in a day on one short. Shorts are such a blessing to get eyes on your channel. Definitely utilize them if you haven't tried it. Take a bit of uh, of content that you would normally put on your channel and try it, Bubba. It is such a nice deal. Um, yeah, I cut as well as sharpened saw chain for a local business and I charge them from 15 to 25 per. I was thinking that too. I do have a roadside stand that I'm doing bundle wood on, and I did just pick up a chipper. Actually, it was a free chipper. It was broke. I have the parts here somewhere. But one of the flails in it went through it, so I have to do a little bit of welding there on one of the eyes. But I'm hopefully going to be able to chip up some cherry and cedar and make some fire starter. So hopefully, I did just get a little deal with the store. They let me put a rack up, and I'm going to charge. I'm doing $5 for the bundle stuff up front, which is popple. It's junk stuff, but it's bundle grade. You know what I mean? It's just people are buying it, and I think I've got 1 or 2 bundles left of the popple, and then I'm running through my cedar and some of my cherry. But at the store, I'm going to sell strictly cherry, and I think I'm going to do $7 or $8 a bundle there. But I'm hoping to be able to do like a fire starter packet too, $2 to $5 a piece or something like that, and I'll run the cherry and cedar limbs through the chipper, and I'm hoping to get a nice consistency for a fire starter. Hopefully with that the cedar, the oil and the sap or whatever the heck you want to call it from cedar, it's extremely flammable stuff. So I'm hoping to be able to make a little bit more of a buffer with that as well. MB Monkey Beaver, yes. Saddle for me when I climb, but my bucket keeps me spoiled. Yeah. I did the bucket truck work with the state. I like being in a tree, climbing versus bucket, but bucket is fast. It's fast. I've never been a big fan of heights. Ladders have really kind of screwed me on heights. But when I'm in a tree, I don't have that anxiety at all. I don't even want to call it anxiety. I don't know. I like climbing. I do like climbing. I'd rather fall, but I like climbing. Power to weight ratio balance. I really enjoy the 500i, but no doubt I cut a ridiculous amount of wood. Well, like I said, and you missed, 500i is extremely light because it's always out of fuel. Okay. That's my poke at it, and it's I think it has weight, to be honest with you. Not weight is in the saw. I think that comment that it's always out of fuel. I don't know of any saw that I've ever had that had burnt that much fuel. And you could see it with a bark box. I mean, you go to burp the throttle and the thing's poofing out black smoke. I mean, it's burning some fuel, boys. I look forward to having you, man. Wow. Cool. I look forward to talking with you, Buck. Yeah, for being a follower, you need a longer bar. I have various saws to pick for. Yeah, I've got 40 something saws. Hopefully a little bit less, because that's a lot to keep running. This ethanol, even the 93 that you get, the non-ethanol, it does. It does junk up. I actually did a test out in my shed. I put a gallon of 93 out there for over a year, and it did varnish on me. So the non-ethanol sticker I don't think is valid. I'm doing bucket truck and climbing work. Company just stopped. Company just stopped. I got a split, but this was cool. Look forward to catching you again. Save your duckies. Will do, Bubba. Thanks for stopping in. Good talking with you. Yes, the lots of shorts. Family Guy. That's yep, yep. Family, faith, firewood, and freedom, or faith, family, freedom, firewood, something like that. That order, right? Lots of shorts, but bro, I'm only 500 subs, so I'm puny, buddy. I'm 270, 271. Don't I started this a month and a half ago. Don't give up on it, but check me out, bro. I welcome new people and opinions, my guy. I gotta fly. All right, brother. Also been looking at getting into renting out equipment as well this year. I got a couple homeowner saws to rent out. Well, that's an idea. That's an idea. It's just a liability and a half, man. Power saws, the biggest thing with them is people run straight fuel. That was one of the biggest things when I worked at the rental spot. I mean, unless you can have some type of, it's hard. What do you do? Do you make people put $100 down? Um, it's a good idea. I just think there's something there. I just think there's something there. I don't know. Like I watched Wrangler Star, and Wrangler Star was on about when I was considering doing my own thing. He was on about buying dump trailers. I don't have the money for a dump trailer. I can save up and get a dump trailer, that's for sure. But he was on about getting a couple dump trailers and advertising, fill it, I ship it, I haul it. You know what I mean? So the person would rent it, you drop it off in their driveway, they'd fill it up, you'd haul it off. So if somebody was cleaning out their garage or something like that, and maybe you'd find some diamonds in the rough and you'd be able to sell some stuff that they had thrown in there. Um, but I mean, the overhead, you're looking at what, $8,000-$10,000 a trailer. So then you got to have, I would imagine, at least 1 to 2 trailers to let people. Um, yeah, I mean that the liability is less there. I would see with the dump trailer idea because they're not going to move it. I would definitely figure out a blocking system for the wheels. You definitely want to have a hitch lock on it, and probably some sort of strut or something on the back, just in case they wanted to put a couple fridges or something on the back of it. That way, it wouldn't tip over in the liability wise. But no, chainsaws. You got to be careful. I don't know. Everybody's out to get you somehow, and that's the scary part. Especially me. I'm too trustworthy with people, which scares me to be doing the business that I'm doing. But in the same respect, you gotta take a little bit of risk. Um, what happens? They cut themselves. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's kind of like selling the rope. But you look at the firearms dealers, okay, in this country, they're going after firearms dealers for suicides. They're wanting to do it 50 statewide. It's kind of like freaking, it's kind of like going after Ford for a drunk driver. It just, you make sure you look and you cover all the bases with that. I'm not only the fact of somebody cutting themselves, there's the fact that you're going to be going through chains. You know that bars, bent bars. Uh, I would be willing to rent a saw to cut my stumps lower. you know, think about that. Think about. I don't, believe me. I'm not trying to stomp on your idea. I'm just trying to throw some things out there. Um, like maybe Milwaukee's got the battery operated stuff. That'll alleviate the fact somebody's going to run it lean. That'll alleviate the fact that I don't know. I actually I'm just about ready to order one for my grandfather. I'll show you. He has one right now, but I put a piston ring jug, carburetor, the whole 9 yards on this 026 a year ago. It's burnt up. He's got the debarker on it. So he likes to clean up dirty logs before he mills them. That saw's burnt up. Not a year's of work, probably 3 hours, but the saw is not able to cool itself. The saw is getting really hot. You understand. So I'm looking at getting a Milwaukee. He's got one. He paid $400 for it. Come with 2 batteries, charger, the saw itself, 16, 18-inch bar, whatever the heck it is. But I'm looking on eBay right now, and they've got the saw all by itself, no batteries, obviously, but you can buy that saw for $148. Okay, so you've got quiet, batteries, chains are freaking cheap for the thing. Bars are cheap for the thing. I think it's $20 for the Oregon bolt-on for the Husky or the Milwaukee. A 16-inch Oregon. What is that? Is it 3? I don't remember what the pitch is. Either way, I've got it in my cart because I just watched a video of somebody bolting it on, and the Milwaukee bar and chain is a little bit too flimsy. So I want to do that convert, and I'm going to put that dealio on that Milwaukee, and I want to try it because that way he can just pick the thing up, zip down the log real quick, get the mud and all that other crud off the log, and he ain't gonna burn up a saw because it's not cooling, it's not doing nothing. But you really don't get them to scream with that big old honking freaking drum on it, right? So we're gonna try that out. But that's an idea for you as far as alleviating the damage on the 2-stroke engine. The fact that nobody's gonna freaking run it with straight fuel or over fuel. It's just thoughts, Dan. Just thoughts. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to shoot it down because it's definitely something that I could see people would be utilizing. Make them run your fuel and pay for it. That's true too. Guess company wasn't here yet. I missed it. Run my fuel or lose your deposit. That's true. When I let a buddy use a saw of mine, I send them with fuel. Me too. And I actually have one in my trunk right now from my brother-in-law, my wife's brother. It was a 272. The chain's gone on it. It was brand new Oregon chain. 20. I knew it was going to happen. I asked him how much he was going to cut. He said he had a little bit to cut. So I sent him with the saw full of fuel. I said it's going to be more than enough fuel for what you've got to cut. He's just doing a little yard project. But the bar's overheated, and the chain obviously got hot. I don't know if the oil got plugged up, if he got into dirt or something like that, plugged up the bar, but nonetheless, the bar and chain are pretty much spent. So not a big deal. The power head by itself obviously is going to get a little bit hot from that, especially a dull saw. I've burnt up back when I was young and new and learning. I burnt up saws with the state and young and new. This was freaking, 10 years ago or so, right? I burnt up my first 365 at the state on an elm tree, and my saw was dull and it wasn't oiling. and I did a lot of learning, right? Um, ever cut in water? What? Yeah, yeah. I have. I cut a lot in water actually. Um, we get a lot of frozen pipes here. When I was with the highway department, we would take them 455 Ranchers 20-inch bar, and we would absolutely destroy a brand new saw. It makes me cringe now. Cringe. What we do would be we'd cut in, say you got a culvert that's absolutely plugged. We'd cut a hole, right? Dump calcium chloride, dump bags and bags of that. And then we'd take that saw and we'd run grooves right down through. Okay. Come springtime, them saws are freaking seized, completely seized up. Clutches are gone. You're running calcium chloride, water, salt, and regular DOT labor don't clean nothing, right? Yes, I have run in water. You get covered, and everybody around you behind the saw gets covered. So yes, we have done that. But yes, it does rob. It does rob big time. I thought company was here. False alarm with dogs. Yeah, I got you. I got you. No, no. If the comments are coming, I don't mind. The wife and kids are they're gone over to my sisters and brother-in-laws, so doing a little pool time. So I figure I'd come on here and chat it up with you guys if there was people coming in. Um, man, I clear the river for a local canoe rental company so city slickers can get through. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got a little bit of that around here too. Obviously, with Canada being so close, we got Macomb Park. We've got Lake Placid. We've got you guys know about Lake Placid, I'm sure, from the Olympics and whatnot. That's I don't know, 50 or so minutes away. Miss my mouth. Um, the other thing that's just about in my backyard. You guys hear of the escape from Dannemora prison? I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. What was it, Matt Sweat? Let me see if I can't. Oh, show the freaking pictures. I'm sure it was big news. This was when I was at the rental agency. Actually, it was a while ago now. Right there. That was 10 minutes away. My wife is tending to the chicken hatchlings. You guys got chickens? I got questions on chickens. I've got eight that are at laying age right now, or whatever the heck you want to call it, 26 weeks, or maybe that's women in pregnancy or something like that. We got them, and then we got eight of them birds. Them are down by the house. And then we've got six new ones right here in the coop in the outdoor pen there. Have you ever intermingled two different flocks? Like I said, we got some that are we're trying to figure out how to mix them. You know, some are they're I think they're a week or two overdue for starting to lay. However long that is. And the other ones we just got maybe 2 months ago. Oh yeah, yeah. One of them was shot in the head. The other one was shot in the back of the arm, back of the leg, something like that. The big one, the fatty. He was shot in the head. I'm pretty sure. I don't mean to be smoking on here. But we're going a lot longer than I expected, which is cool. I've got time, and especially if we got people in here. It's awesome. Yeah, they did. I don't remember which one's which, but actually, where we were logging last year in Standish. Of course, I don't think the content's on here from that job. It's on the Rubber Side Down channel or RSD Gaming now. Um, that job was where one of them was caught. But yeah, our 4-wheeler trails and all that, that's where they were freaking running through. Um, yeah, I'm not too far away from a Freedom Package sender. You know what I mean? At any time. So freedom runs deep no matter where you are. Yeah, we got chickens. My hens hatch 5. Yeah, I don't know. These are different breeds. My wife thought they were pretty. Oh man, the lavenders or I don't know. I don't know. She makes me more manly. uh we have many different breeds in there. Yeah, but how do you intermingle them? Because I've heard the bigger birds will uh will abuse the little ones. Like, is there a way? Do you fence them that way they can peck at each other? But if they don't want to be pecked on, they can get away. I mean, like, what do? You throw them to the wolves? A turkey with them. I have 2 pot-bellied pigs. Ham in the house and Mr. Pickles outside. I've got a miniature pig. It's not mine. It's my wife's. It's not mine. He's a good pig though. He's a good pig. He's not for food. I don't know. I'm an animal lover. I am. He's a he's a miniature though. He's not he's half bacon. Last year he was half pot, but well that's a story for a different time. The turkey. See the birds, I'm not so attached to birds. I like chicken. Actually, a couple of their names I think are Chicken Wing and Hot Wing, and I don't know. Kids named them. I don't name things like that. That's food. Oh, really? Okay. Okay. Yeah, these guys they're getting. We didn't let them out into this coop until they were fully feathered. Or getting their feathers going. The other ones when we got them way too early. We got them back in February or March. Snow was still on the ground, so of course you've got to keep them in with the heat lamps and all that. But we had to have them feathered in the house, or with them having feathers in the house for a little while before it started to be upper 30s overnight. Demand to see that pig. I think I've got a short on him. I traded my weed whacker in for a mini pig or something like that. He's on here. Actually, the day I put that up, he freaking went missing. He ran away. He ran away. He sleeps in on the couch. Okay. Like I said, guys, I'm letting out way too much information here, but either way, he's a good pig. He really is. But he comes in at night and literally he finds his blanket. He takes his blanket, puts it in a spot, or we'll put it up on the couch and he'll get up on the couch and blah blah blah. It's just whatever. But yeah, his name's Charlie. Charlie the Porker. I don't love that pig. No, that pig cost me $1,800 and my freaking dog. He's something else though. He's a character. I do kind of like him. Don't tell my wife that though. No, he's getting them tusks on the side. He actually he slit my my puppers open pretty good. My dog likes to jump off of the side of him. He runs out, jumps off the side of him, and he's a boxer. He's quicker than shit. I only have about a dozen birds. Soon to be 17, I guess. LOL. Hopefully they are hens. That's the other thing too. I'm hoping all these are hens because the first batch were hens and we got a rooster. But I think the rooster's for the best. Bro, I love it. I got my first potbelly purchased gooseneck trailer a year ago. No kidding. Pigs are extremely intelligent, very clean. It is the cleanest animal I have ever had. And I mean, actually, I'll show you. This is so stupid. Why are you doing this to me? I can't even. He's cool. You could put them in your pocket when we first got them. I tell you that. This is in front of my little fireplace. Little bacon. That was probably a month or two after we got him. He was getting a little bit bigger there, but yeah. I don't know. I ain't big on the birds or bakers, but very clean. He has never messed in the house, and he would not be in my house if he ever messed. I will tell you that. Got to get them tusk trimmed, man. They will gut a dog. Yes, he will. But it scares me because, like I said, he was free range for the past 4 years. He's been free range. Then the neighbors, and I'm not being racist, whatever, they're Mexicans. The neighbor had Mexicans over doing his roof. I don't even know the frickin'. It's not a frickin' derogatory. They were Mexicans. I don't know how else to say it, and I ain't gonna try. So they had 14 guys up on the roof with air nailers and all that. He ended up running up in my woods, which I've got. My aunt and uncle have 400 acres behind us. And he got lost up there for 5 days. Then he ended up showing back up. Some afternoon in the front yard, freaking grazing just like nothing ever happened, except for he lost about 4 inches. His belly was probably an inch or two off the ground when he left. He had some good ground clearance when he came home, so can't imagine them pine cones did him very well. what do you do with the tusks, man? I mean, the 500i might do it. I'm definitely gonna have to get him put to sleep, put out. I mean, marijuana don't do it. He's made me enemies with that. He found the some of one of my neighbors' plants there last year, and he ate 6 of them down about harvest season. So I know that won't do it. Gotta have a rooster to keep the girls safe. Many benefits to having a rooster. Thank you. That's my feelings on it as well. You guys ever had this stuff? Really, really liking it. I've been drinking Monster for the past freaking 4 years, and that stuff's no good for you. I can already tell you that. But this stuff right here, I don't know. I just picked some up the other day. I see Sea Boys. I used to watch them when they were small channel. Then they got big, but they talked about the Celsius stuff. I like it, and it's supposedly clean. No high fructose corn syrup. Long drawn out words that don't need to be pronounced that way. But apparently, it's freaking energy drink that is good for you. I maybe look it up. I don't know. I don't mean it's not a paid advertisement, obviously, but it's pretty good stuff. Haha, I just got Snake's bud. Blah, bud. No, no freaking way. We can't be friends. Oh, actually, Snake Killer. I think I actually killed one on the live stream the other day while the live stream was going in here. I have them coming through the walls. Everything's stone foundation here. And the Sons of Guns, they come in through some hole. The little grass snakes, I shoot them bastards dead. I cannot stand. Oh, freaking snakes. Yeah. No, thank you. Nope. Gotta have a roost. Okay, we did do that one. GP. Yeah, I don't do snakes. I don't do snakes. God forbid I ever see a snake when I'm up in a tree. Blah, no. I will not say that, ground pounder. I will not say that. Oh. Ball python and corn snake. Nope. 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 You can get pigs drunk and trim them if need be. Aha. I actually know a guy that's got some mash going right now. Mm-hmm. That's an idea. I will argue that. Mr. Ground Pounder. Now he was younger, okay? Cannabis did affect him. I was on the edge of kicking him that night, actually. He was running through the house squealing. Yeah. As a matter of fact. And he would not stop running around the house squealing. So I can assure you that it did something to him, because I didn't know what the heck was going on until the neighbor called me and said, I need you to come and see something now. So I will assure you that it did something to him. Granted, like I said, it was freaking September, October, November. It was harvest season. At least a couple weeks away. Yeah, mash. Yeah, Yeah, the neighbor, yeah, we won't get into that whole deal, but I have heard things happen with Mash. So, yeah, that is not a bad idea. Hmm. I like it. Five-gallon bucket of trimmed, eh? Wow. Well, mine isn't so high test then. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but I tell you that son of a gun was squealing through the house all night, and I did not understand what the heck was going on. He doesn't squeal. He doesn't really do anything. He just grazes. And then when he comes in, he grunts around a little bit and freaking lays down, and you don't see him get up till 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And then he's freaking ready to go outside. So, like I said, he's one of the easiest animals I've ever had. Some crazy dude had, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, crazy guy growing medical grade CBD stuff. It just happens, you know. uh, what else have we got, boys? We're getting off to a dangerous subject here. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. This is definitely one of the longer ones, but it's cool. We got some interaction. This is what live stream is about. Bouncing things off. It's nice to have people talking. Um, that would suck to have a squealing pig all night. And it's been my buddy. I've had him since he was 8 weeks old. See, my wife brought Charlie home. I don't know. I don't even know where she went and got him. That was one of them don't tell me deals, and one of the last. Be completely honest. Uh yeah, she's brought a lot of livestock home. Well, a lot, but the pig and the chickens. I've always kind of wanted to do the chickens because I'm a homesteading type of guy. We got a nice garden and we're doing a lot of canning and stuff like that because we see what's going on in the world with the politicians and all the other bullcrap. So yeah, we're doing things. Show me a chainsaw. Oh, I tend to have them bad thumbs. Yeah, but I think we're gonna. I think we're gonna wrap it. I think we're gonna wrap it. I'll probably if Dan and Velcro. I haven't seen Velcro in a bit, but I don't know who all is actually in here. Nope. I was gonna say, Dan, if you're around tonight, Bubba, I'll get with you. If are you gonna be around tonight? I might do a little bit of farming. Velcro's still here, but I haven't been like you guys know. I haven't been. I restarted the upstairs computer last night and sent Dan a message, and uh, I fell asleep. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do this on Sundays and the weekends at least. That way we can get some people in here. It'd be cool to bounce things off what happened during the week and whatnot. Hopefully everybody can make it. That way we can make sure. I know Dan's a cutting man. Ground pounders cutting man. This is awesome. This is awesome. Velcro, he's coming around. See that? Get that old home light going, eh? um, Everyone take care and stay safe. All right, you too, Bubba. Thank you for coming in. Nice having you. Nice talking with you. Hopefully we can keep this going. All right, and Dan and Velcro, I'll send y'all messages when I get inside. I got some cleanup to do in here now. And yeah, it'll be a good night to just chill out Sunday evening. Have a nice little live stream or something. But thank y'all. God bless y'all. And we will see you next time.